Happy Tuesday and welcome to another episode of Red Sox Now. I'm your host, Mike Antonellis, one of the radio and TV broadcasters for the Worcester Red Sox. And feel free to follow me on X. You can still get there by going to twitter.com. It's at the Radio Mike, and you can follow me on all my social media platforms. TikTok, I'm even on TikTok for a guy my age. Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. You could send me an email as well, antonellis.michael@gmail.com. I'll tell you what, my two favorite traditions happen on Tuesday morning. The coffee. Got to have the coffee on a morning. But morning baseball in Tokyo, how about that? Games that counted on Tuesday with the Dodgers and Cubs, and we're looking forward so much to real games starting soon. Which decisions will be made for the Boston Red Sox? I can't help but to play on words. You see the first topic right off the bat. Soup's on, and that is the name for Christian Campbell. You should know Campbell Soup, right? I just could not resist. What does it say about Christian Campbell playing with the big boys? I think it says a lot. And I mentioned this in a couple of previous episodes that I feel that Alex Cora is not going to announce a move like this right away. I think with younger players and rookies, especially a guy that barely played in AAA in 2024, you might not announce that right away. You might not announce because you have other guys that might be disappointed like Grissom and Hamilton, and plus you want the fight. But I think it alleviates some pressure, and I also think it still dangles the carrot for Christian Campbell to continue to play hard and not know. I think internally the Red Sox already know what they're going to do opening day, and I think with Campbell continuing to play with the big boys and being in that starting nine, and the Red Sox on Monday looked like they had their opening day lineup, Bregman at third, Devers DHing, and Campbell went 1 for 3. But I think that what stands out even more in that ball game is his defense. He made an unbelievable diving play to his right, and that is the big thing when you're weighing on putting a player like this in the big leagues defensively. They know hitting might not happen right away, but defensively, is he going to hurt us? And right now, his defense has been really good at second base, and you've got a pretty good guy to your right in Trevor Story that he's going to work with, and Alex Bregman, Casas at first base. So when you're making these decisions, too, with younger players, you, without a doubt, have to factor in the defense. And I think it's pretty safe to say that Christian Campbell is probably going to be the starting second baseman, and we'll see, because there are a lot of roster moves that will happen in the next few days. And speaking of that, on Monday, the Sox reassigned 3 guys. They made 3 spring training roster cuts. I don't think these were surprises at all. Bullpen guys, Austin Adams, a guy that they brought in who has some major league time, Isaiah Campbell, who they got from Seattle last year and had some injuries, and Noah Davis, assigned to minor league camp. So more than likely, those 3 pitchers will be at AAA Worcester. And I've talked about this before. The Red Sox AAA club in Worcester, which I'll get to see every day, is really going to be a taxi squad. And that's what AAA is about. But I think for the Red Sox, in the last couple of years, any day they can call upon some pretty good big league veteran depth pieces in a pinch. You're going to have problems all year with just the way that the big league season goes. Maybe a starter gets knocked out in the second inning. You have an injury in the big leagues, and you need to call up someone right away. The good thing with Worcester, if the Red Sox are at Fenway Park, it's about a 45-minute drive. With traffic, it could be longer, but just about 45 minutes. So those guys, Adams, Campbell, and Davis, no doubt will be in AAA Worcester. So 52 players, including 15 non-roster invitees that remain in big league camp. And the next round of significant cuts should be made by Wednesday, according to the Boston Globe, as the Red Sox on Tuesday play the Yankees down in Tampa Bay. So with the Red Sox going to Mexico early, they're going to have to make some cuts, and we'll see what happens. But I do like the depth pieces that they have. We'll see how the starting pitching shakes out, and you're going to have a couple of 40-man roster pitchers in that Worcester starting rotation. The Red Sox will have 3 starting pitchers on the injured list, but they've done a really good job building up that depth, and we'll see where Cooper Criswell's role is. Is he a bulk guy, or is he that starter in the 5th role? I like him as a starter, but we'll see what happens. I know the big buzz for a lot of people, and I've seen this continually online, is that Roman Anthony should make the club. If he starts in AAA, it's not a bad thing at all. He's 20 years old. He did a great job in Worcester last year. If you think Roman Anthony makes the team. Now, let's rule out Wilyer Abreu injured list stint. He's healthy. He's ready to go. You're not taking Jarren Duran out of left field. That's probably the spot for Roman Anthony. Center field, you've got a Gold Glover. You're not moving Rafaela off of center field. I know some people discuss putting Rafaela at second and keeping Anthony. Okay, but I think Rafael is more valuable in center. If you take Wilyer Abreu off of right field, that's a Gold Glove right fielder at Fenway Park. That's not an easy position to play. I think Rafaela could play right field at Fenway, but Abreu showed he's pretty damn good in right field. I don't know if that's the spot for Roman Anthony yet. He did not play a lot of right field in spring training, and he did not play a lot of right field in the minors last year, primarily center, primarily left. So if you feel down the road that his position would be left field, you're not taking Duran out. Right now, there might not be a roster spot for him. Or if you strongly believe that bat is beyond big league ready, if that even makes sense, then maybe take Rafaela, put him at second base. But I don't think the Red Sox will do that. Again, that center field spot is very important, very important. And going back to my first point about Christian Campbell, I think when you weigh the points, if he makes the club, it is going to be that they trust the defense first. To go back to my previous point, if you think Christian Campbell is a high-level second baseman and a potential bat, then that's a guy you go with. If Christian Campbell was not a good second baseman at all, and you had problems defensively at second, which I don't think they do, Grissom and Hamilton are pretty good at that position, then maybe Rafaela comes to second base and Anthony in right field. But I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think this is a bad thing because, again, the age at 20. Now, not that matters. We see 20-year-olds play in the big leagues. But I think in this case, for him getting regular at-bats, and we know how crazy things are in the big leagues, you never know. Maybe a trade happens and it opens the door. But it's not the worst thing in the world to have Anthony start the year in AAA. All right, the boys are ready for opening day. Spring fever. What does that mean? Well, when I was in Portland, I was the broadcaster with the Portland Sea Dogs, and I've been in the organization since 2005 as a broadcaster. I would always go to spring training about this time at the end, and the guys are ready to go. And is that a bad thing? Not at all. Florida sun, it's great. When you get there in February, you love the weather. Guys coming from the East Coast. It's great. But it gets to a point where it becomes monotonous, and I think this is the time of year these guys are ready to go, and it's a good thing. Mentally, they are charged up, and they are ready to go. They're still going to play a lot of innings, but you'll have some of those workouts cut down. But this is the time in spring training. Certainly there's a point in spring training where the guys are not ready. They need their at-bats, they need their innings, they need their workouts. But this is really the time, as we're 9 days out, about the 9-10 day when they could see that light at the end of the tunnel. These guys are ready to go. And it should be fun when the Red Sox open up in Texas, then they play Baltimore. And I love that they open up the Fenway season against the Cardinals. That's pretty good. Battle of the Red. That will be a lot of fun. Well, thanks for watching another edition of Red Sox Now. I will smile a lot if you do this. Subscribe, like, and we want to see your comments because we know the passion that Red Sox fans have. Happy Tuesday, and on Wednesday, we'll have another edition of Red Sox Now. Thanks for watching.